of the
History's
culture
the
and the
histories.
history of how it
Latinos and
started.
blacks created hip hop. If you go to Wild Style, the first hip hop movie, you will see the Cold Crush Brothers. Their DJ was Charlie Chase, Puerto Rican. And you'll go to the battle that they had with Romantic, which was the first Puerto Rican MC. Ruby D was in there with the Fantastic Romantic. You cannot eliminate the Latinos' contribution to hip hop. When you talk about breakdancing, we talk about rock steady and crazy legs. When you talk about graffiti, like it's every element of hip hop. It was 50-50, bro. If you look at the pictures, just go see the pictures.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
And why did
Or that might be, you know, fighting against the overall narrative. And what do you say to those people? Because they might be like,
what's the overall narrative?
Well, they might be like, well, we're all in this together, you know?
Well, people are all in this together as long as they're getting what we're getting. If we're doing something positive as foundational Black Americans, everybody wants credit for it, and we give everybody credit for it. Like, yeah, you want to get credit for our music? That's fine. That's why we see a lot of people talking about Jamaicans created hip hop, which is not true.
No, we did.
How so? Oh, let's get into this. How you create hip hop?
Well, okay.
Come on, let's get into this. Let's get to this. How you create hip hop, man?
Well, I didn't create hip hop.
No, how did Jamaicans create hip hop?
But I'm gonna. I heard it was because of Jamaicans. I was just here telling you the narrative I've heard.
We're gonna clear that up.
The narrative, because the Jamaicans that inspired Kool Herc to go to the Bronx, do whatever. That's what I've heard. And by the way, for my people from the islands, I'm trying to be our representative, and I'm here to be a buffer. You know what I mean? I'm here to be a buffer.
We're gonna clear these lies up, though.
No, hold up. We're I'm gonna get somebody in the next room to Google the joint. So you're trying to don't take it from us, Jamaicans.
No,
come on.
Y'all didn't create hip hop. I'm sorry, brother. There were rap records in the 1960s. Pig Meat Markham had a couple of records.
What was the first hip hop record?
Well, the first technical hip hop record is a cross between King Tim III and Rapper's Delight. The first technical hip hop record doing what they were doing at the parties in the Bronx. A record. But rap records existed going back to the 1920s where people were rapping on beat. Foundational Black Americans, we've been doing that. Gospel troops rapping over the beat. Even the word rap, that's something that Foundational Black Americans were doing in the 60s. The word, the term, even hip hop, that was kind of a term that we were.
How did the narrative get mixed up?
It got mixed up because of writers talking about Kool Herc. Kool Herc's parties got popular. And because Kool Herc's parties got popular, he tried to attribute, he created hip hop, which he didn't. He just got a lot of stuff that people were already doing and he kind of put it together in one place. And what made Herc's parties popular, because Herc wasn't a mixer or a scratcher or nothing like that, he played break beats, which other DJs played break beats too. And there were other DJs before Herc, like Disco King Mario, who's Foundational Black American. And again, they were using funk breaks by James Brown. Modern graffiti came out of Philadelphia by a dude named Cornbread early back in the 60s. So all the elements of hip hop was there. The thing about Herc would do something that a lot of DJs didn't do. What he would do was soak the records, so you wouldn't see what the records were. So people heard these funky records and these breaks, and they wanted to hear them again. And in order to hear them again, you had to go to Herc's parties because he didn't let nobody know what the records were. That gave Herc an edge. That's pretty much it. But all the hip hop elements were already there.
I feel like but do you at least admit that there's some commonality or synergy between, like, you know, even some of the culture that existed in the Caribbean, that I don't want to say necessarily inspired, but crossed over, whether it was from an exchange of immigrants or anything like that?
No, because Kool Herc couldn't play Caribbean music at his jams. He's admitted that. He said, I tried to play reggae music, the crowds didn't like it. There was nothing about Caribbean music that influenced hip hop here. Absolutely nothing. And that's been a myth that's been perpetuated for years. And nobody wants to clear it up. We have to clear that stuff up. And we ain't trying to take anything away, but we won't let people take away from us as foundational Black Americans. Hip hop is a 100% foundational Black American creation because hip hop was born out of the funk movement that was around at the same time. Even b-boying comes from the funk music. You can't b-boy from Jamaican music. The rhythms of funk music, you have to start the beat on the one, and when people pop like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's funk all the way. Everything about it comes from foundational Black American funk, and then that turned into FBA hip hop.
Damn, this is all shit, man. Hey, okay, well,